Unfolding, Hillary paid him $9 million to do it. She can't hide anymore. This is it by Cat Stevens for DailyVine.com. As much as most of us would like to keep our heads in the sand and continue thinking that there couldn't be dark forces driving the American political landscapes, the evidence just doesn't support that. We uncovered the tip of the iceberg when the 2016 election didn't turn out the way liberals thought that it would, and we're still finding more disturbing information every day. The fact that President Trump was elected in a testament to the American dream because no one thought it could happen. Political insiders like the Kennedys, Clintons, and Bushes have been running the executive branch and a lot of Congress for decades now. The little people get to hold some of the roles as representatives for the deep pockets to keep their plans intact. They need the people to feel like they're in control. If all of this sounds like a lot of conspiracy theories, that's okay. We're wired to be optimistic, but before you put your head back in the sand, make sure you consider all the evidence. Case in point, the conservative Daily Post reports on an op-ed that was penned by a Russian business owner who confirms a lot of our fears about the last election and points the finger directly at Hillary Clinton, George Soros. A Russian billionaire claims that a former Federal Bureau investigation agent told Congress that a group of Silicon Valley billionaires and George Soros are funding Fusion GPS, according to the Daily Caller. In an op-ed published in the Daily Caller by Oleg Deripaska, the Russian said Daniel Jones, who currently works for Senator Dianne Feinstein, told Deripaska's lawyers that Soros was funding Fusion GPS. The claim reportedly took place in March of 2017, and Deripaska said Soros was funneling millions to spread the false public manipulation. Deripaska's lawyer, Adam Waldman, said Fusion GPS and Soros are far more connected than many realize. Wagging the dog costs money, Deripaska wrote, so who is funding the mechanism of this shadowy government? Why? None other than billionaire financier George Soros, according to Daniel Jones, as relayed to congressional investigators by Deripaska's attorney, Adam Waldman. Here's an excerpt from the Daily Caller op-ed. On March 16, 2017, Daniel Jones himself, a team member of Fusion GPS, self-described former FBI agent, and, as we now know from the media, an ex-Feinstein staffer, met with my lawyer, Adam Waldman, and described Fusion as a shadow media organization helping the government, funded by a group of Silicon Valley billionaires and George Soros. My lawyer testified these facts to the Senate Intelligence Committee on November 3rd. Mr. Soros is not coincidentally also the funder of two ethics watchdog NGOs, Democracy 21 and Crew, attacking Representative Nunes's committee memo. A former Obama State Department official, Nuland, has been recently outed as another shadow player, reviewing and disseminating Fusion's dossier and reportedly hundreds of other dossiers over a period of years. Deep State proud loyalists apparently was a Freudian slip, not a joke. Invented narratives, not of the people, by the people, for the people, but rather just from a couple of people, cloaked in the very same hypocritical rhetoric of freedom and democracy that those are actively undermining, impede internationally shared efforts on the world's most pressing real issues like global health, climate change, and the future of energy. My own mother, Russia, has many problems and challenges, and my country is still in transition from the Soviet regime. a transition some clearly wish us to remain in indefinitely. But we need to stop this old movie. Deripaska said the claims made in House Intelligence Committee Chairman Devin Nunes's memo are accurate. He wrote that top officials in the Obama administration worked with Fusion GPS to trigger the Russia investigation. The FBI and DOJ used the dossier from former British spy Christopher Steele, which was commissioned when he was working for Fusion GPS. The Democratic National Committee and Hillary Clinton's 2016 presidential campaign paid Fusion GPS over $9 million to fund Steele's operation. Deripaska claims Jones confirmed to him that Soros has been using backdoor sources to funnel large sums of money to Fusion GPS for the last 2 years. The claim would mean that Soros, Clinton, and the DNC funded Steele's dossier, which was used to trigger the Russia probe against President Donald Trump. Many Americans would agree that Soros and Clinton should be held accountable for their actions and using a discredited hit piece to derail Trump's presidency. Add Mueller to that list, mind you, right? Who's continuing with this investigation. Many Americans, it's time to wake up and realize that we're being sold to the highest bidder. Our self-absorption has caused us to let go of our first national responsibility, which is to keep the government in check. We decided that we would just let them do whatever they wanted as long as they didn't interfere with our entertainment or take away our pet benefits. We must remember that an opportunity will always be exploited by an opportunist. Of all the things that we can say about politicians like the Clintons, we can't say that they are stupid. America was ripe for the picking, and they have done everything they could to take its profits for themselves. No matter what shiny new program the government offers, if it's chipping away at our liberties, we have to say no. Giving up our liberties is always a trap. As one of our founding fathers warned us, those who would give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. Ben Franklin. Very true, though. Very true. And yet these people are not arrested, you know? It's a shame. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.